I'm Chef Tina Jo, and welcome to Splendor in the Raw. On today's episode of Splendor in the Raw, I'm going to be making garlic and chive mashed Notatoes served with my gourmet mushroom gravy. It really is fantastic. The really phenomenal thing about these potatoes, or Notatoes, is that they're actually made from celery root. And I've got some chopped up here. For those of you that haven't seen celery root before, it's actually this little white, gnarly, nasty, really nasty looking root. But it's absolutely delicious. It's creamy and the interior is white, it's silky. So even for those of you who like regular mashed potatoes, who still use the white mashed potato, if you try incorporating some of the celery root into your mashed potatoes, it really helps lower your cholesterol level. But for raw vegans, this is fabulous, and this is really as close to the real potato that I've ever gotten to before. So the first thing we're going to do is add our water, and I'm going to go ahead and add the celery root. And again, for all the recipes, just go to splendorintheraw.com. They're all available there for download for you. And I've got some cashews and garlic. I love this time of year because savory dishes really are my favorite. That was some white pepper that I just added. A little bit of miso and some pink Himalayan salt. And in goes the onion powder. Whoops. And some nutritional yeast. And now I'm going to add some Irish moss. And the Irish moss really gives the potatoes a nice creamy, thick kind of texture to them. And the chives I've got here, I'm going to add those last because we actually just want to mix them in by hand. If we were to add them in with the rest of our ingredients, anytime you add an herb, what happens is it gets blended up, so you don't see the bits and pieces of it. And this would actually probably turn our dish green, so we don't want to do that. So bear with me for a minute, we're going to get started. Okay, so there we have it. So what you want to do is just blend your ingredients until everything is a nice creamy texture. I'm going to move all of this over to the side. I want to show you these. Now, a couple of ways to serve these warm are you can certainly use them in your, leave them in your blender and just blend them until they're warm, or you can take them out of your blender and actually put them in your dehydrator. Just put them in a glass baking dish, make sure you cover it with saran wrap, otherwise it becomes crusty. They'll start to actually bake, kind of like twice bake, I suppose. Hey, we might want to try that. But that's a nice way to actually be able to serve them warm. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and add the chive. And I'm going to mix this in by hand. So we still have, some pretty green in there. These are crazy good. They really are amazing. So make sure to give the recipe a try. And then I'm going to go ahead and just add them to our bowl. How gorgeous that is. I want to add a little bit more on top. There we go. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is make the gravy. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to make the gravy. Yay! Now this is really all mushroom based, and mushrooms have been around for thousands of years. They've been used both as a food and used for medicinal purposes for centuries and centuries. Now I found these actually at Costco. You can also purchase them online. They have a wonderful website, so make sure you go check it out. It's called Shiitake Yay, and these are dehydrated mushrooms, but it's called their gourmet blend, and they have porcini, morels, Brazilian, portobellos, shiitake, and oyster mushrooms in this. So I love this blend. It's fabulous. So that is what is in our gravy. And mushrooms are fabulous because they really do have that meaty kind of texture to them. Even though that these are going to be blended, it's the thickness and you know, the aroma and all of the senses that mushrooms bring us back to kind of a meat ingredient. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to add some water and our mushrooms. And to rehydrate the mushrooms, it's very simple. You can just add water to them, or add your marinade, whatever particular ingredient you are going to use, because the mushrooms really will take on that flavor, which is fabulous. And I'm going to go ahead and add my nuts here. And this is wheat-free tamari and some nutritional yeast. Really gives it nice texture. Garlic, but of course, where would we be without that? And poultry season. I love poultry seasoning. Again, that really gives the product that you're making that meaty taste, you know, really is reminiscent of, you know, chicken or the turkey gravy that Mom used to make. And that was onion, and we've got some olive oil. That's it. This is really super simple to make. So I'm going to go ahead and whip this up for you. So again, bear with me. All right, fabulous. So I'm going to pour this next to our mashed potatoes, and you can see the beautiful color of this gravy. It actually looks like turkey gravy to me. And our little serving spoon. So there you have it. I am telling you, this is fabulous. So make sure to download it. I'm Chef Tina Jo. This was Splendor in the Raw. I hope you enjoy this because it is good, warm or cold. Either way you choose, it's delicious. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.